Putin is smiling, for reasons the West's strategy on Ukraine is failing. 6 months into the invasion of Ukraine, President Vladimir Putin's terror campaign against Ukrainian civilians continues unabated. Putin, who has been obsessed with Ukraine for over a decade, believes he can outlast Western sanctions as the war of attrition between his forces and the Ukrainians moves forward. If he is right, that will be due to Western strategic failures. There are 4 reasons the West's strategy is failing. Unwilling allies. The first reason is that the West is keen to fight Russia to the last Ukrainian. Putin, meanwhile, is ready to fight Ukraine, the West, to the last Russian. Ukraine is being destroyed, and its population subjected to genocide, because NATO refused to offer the country membership and because Western governments refused to appreciate the tyrant Putin was. Lack of coherent goals. The second Western failure is its lack of a united end goal for the war in Ukraine. Does the West aim to weaken Putin to such an extent that he will be forced to negotiate? Or is it Western policy to push for Putin's defeat in Ukraine, with the hope this would lead to his removal from power? Goals determine the weapons and military equipment that countries send to Ukraine, and the speed with which these reach the battlefield. If the goal is to defeat Putin, then Ukraine needs more heavy-duty artillery such as HIMARS, and the West needs to end its embargo on sending fighter jets. Defending Ukraine from missiles. The third failure is the refusal to provide or sell air defense systems. Without these, the cost of rebuilding Ukraine will continue to grow. Only 6 months into the war, the bill for rebuilding Ukraine is approaching $1 trillion. Another year of Putin's barbaric missile onslaught will double this figure. Make Russians feel it. Finally, the war needs to be rebalanced. It cannot continue to be the case that only one side feels its effects. Ukrainian cities, towns, villages, and infrastructure are being deliberately and systematically destroyed, and Ukrainian civilians are being slaughtered and shipped to Russia.